in pre-shuffling, I had no idea what decks to use for your reading. And then it came to me. We're using this Oracle, Urban Crow. And in pre-shuffling for you, I did get the Bond card coming out. We're going to pull a new one because it wasn't, you know, it wasn't solicited. It just came out. But I did get the Bond card. I do feel like we could be talking about a bond, something that needs to be, I don't know, reevaluated for better or worse, whether with a person or not. Okay, so once again, this is for Virgo, but look, once again, Libras, you're welcome to, you know, especially if you've made it this far, especially if anything in the channeled portion made sense to you. And we got Wrath. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull another one, or we could just do this. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. I agree. So then we have Release and Play, which I find interesting because, okay, I'm going to put these aside somewhere. All right, the first card, let's look at that really quickly. So it is Wrath. I mean, this feels on point in a way to me because this is sort of what happens when you bury something alive. I mean, I don't care how we're talking, right? Like, we could be talking literally even, and, you know, do you think, I mean, not that you would do this, right? But imagine someone at some time burying a human being alive. Can you imagine the wrath that would then be owed to them karmically because of that, right? Just saying. So this is the first card out, okay? And then we have Release. I definitely feel like this is meant to come out. We have 54, which adds up to 9, 39, which adds up to 12, which is 3, and Play, which is 36, which adds up to 9. And I do feel like that play vibe, right? Like when we were being pulled out of the scary place and distracted by the playing. I mean, that feels like this to me. Playing in the rain. Okay. Let me just sit with this. I'm counting crows. I can't tell. This one, why don't I pick it up instead of bending? That's interesting, isn't it? Instead of just picking them up and looking at them myself, I was bending over on top of them. I feel like this crow is like looking at its own reflection. Interesting. I mean, bottom line, we're talking about self-reflection here. I keep feeling torn. 29 minutes on the clock, which just reminded me of something else I was going to talk to you about, but we're going to skip it. And I opened up to Trickery and Territory. Okay. I don't know, but I feel like that's important for someone. So let's look at this Wrath card, okay? I'm not going to, I'm not going to read that part. So the element of revenge, it's not just enough for the offender to know that you are angry. They must also feel or experience the anger in some way. Wrath asks you to consider the energy that you are creating from your anger. It is one that will, in the end, create a positive change in the relationship. Is it, that's a question, is it one that will, in the end create a positive change in the relationship, or are you creating resentment that fuels the desire for future revenge? Although it may have been a single event that caused the energy of anger to present itself, it is through wrath that the anger mutates and splinters, creating a breakdown in the relationship and negative emotions. I mean, yes. It's basically what I was just talking about in a way, right? I feel like there's something being misplaced here. Like I said, whether it be via an addiction, because I can't help but see that part in the lyrics where he talks about at the bottom of every bottle, okay? So this could be like a wrath turned internally and towards yourself. This could all be about you. It doesn't have to involve another person. It never does. And this release card is making me feel like there's something within you that actually needs to be released, because I do feel like he's looking down here at his reflection. You see? And then these three crows are like flying out. Like, I just feel like that's where the guides come in, okay? Because this is what they're pulling for. And then we have the guides over here as well, playing. They want you to be able to play. They want you to release this wrath. And like I said, there's some tie here to childhood or to a childlike energy, to your inner child. And I'm just going to repeat myself if I say again that a lot of what we act out in our adult life has to do with, you know, these weird childhood experiences that we haven't fully evaluated, right? Okay. Let me see this release card really quick. I just feel like that's important. It's super short. So when the time comes when you cannot grieve anymore and it is time to let go, release is the next step. This card may come to you when you need help moving forward or accepting an ending. It is time to move on, rise up, and release yourself from the past. Release represents the transition between letting go and moving on. It is that moment when we become aware that we can no longer hold on to the past or an event that cannot be altered. You may need to consider if your situation is blocked or impacted by something that needs to be released. Okay. What's the play about then? I feel like that's just repeating myself. Crows are not always so serious. They enjoy the company of friends and spend time engaging in play. When this card appears, it's time to relax, exercise your creative mind, maybe your body too, and play. When we give our brains something different to consider, something that brings us joy, they will reward us by being more productive when it comes time to go back to work. In a world where we are constantly consuming information, play asks that you disconnect and allow your brain to create some output. It is during play that our creativity expands. It is during states of play that our minds relax, and out of the blue, we discover the solutions to problems that may have been eluding us. Okay, so that might be just some sort of advice. And maybe that's part of the vision, right? Like maybe by running away from the dark place, we jump over here to some distraction, to some way of playing, to something, whatever that is for you, and then maybe that helps us be able to come back, right, to the dark place and look at it with fresh eyes from a different perspective. Because I do feel like there's a warning here about like feeling the wrath if you don't. Okay? All right. So, once again, I didn't know what decks to use. And then I looked over here. Actually, I saw this. And I saw, without darkness, there is no light on the back of this deck, which is the Guardian of the Night Tarot. These decks are both by the same person, MJ Cullinane. So I thought that was funny, because I'm surrounded by decks right now. Everything is chaos around me. So we're going to pull a little bit of cards here on top of these oracles and see what we get. All right. I'm trying to, I mean, this is very like in the moment here that I'm figuring this out. Do we want to pull on top of the oracles, or do we want separate? No, that didn't really tell me. Okay. How do we want to do this? Let's pull on top of the oracles. That feels right. All right, let's start with the Wrath. 4 of Wands. Okay, this could be something within your home, like I said. Could be something within your family. Tell me more about the Wrath. This could definitely have something to do with your stability. Tell me more about the Wrath. 1 second. The High Priestess. So, I mean, I gotta say it. This could be like some family secret here. Could be a secret connection. Or it just could be some sort of secret that has impacted your stability, or is impacting. I mean, yeah, 10 of Wands. It feels like something heavy. 6 of Swords. The Fool. Something that you're trying to move on from. Something that is preventing you from having a new beginning. The Empress right behind the Fool. I mean, okay. Could definitely, I mean, it could have to do with your mother. I did mention mothers. It could have to do with your mother. And of course, this could also just have to do with a Pisces. But anyway, 4 of Wands, of course, is also the Twin Flame card. I don't really want to go down that road because I don't necessarily feel that energy here. But, okay. Give me one more for the Wrath, please, because, I mean, the High Priestess and the 4 of Wands, to me, neither are cards of wrath. But, okay, let's just give me one more for the Wrath, please. Okay, Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the 4 of Swords. Let me reach down and get these. Apparently one at a time. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune, yeah. There's something stalled here that you can't move forward from, okay? Or somebody, I mean, this could be, like I said in the beginning, you could be a Libra dealing with a Virgo dealing with a Libra, or neither. This could be about somebody else, okay? So, 4 of Swords with the High Priestess. All right, there's some silence here. Some healing that needs to be done here. This could be impacting your sleep as well. It could come out in the form of like nightmares, okay? Something could be haunting your dreams. Yeah, there's that spider again in this Wheel of Fortune. Bunch of spiders. Okay. But the Four of Wands is the first card out, okay? Okay, I'm trying to feel out like what this would be in like reality for somebody, since I have no idea, right? And I rely a lot on my like somatic memory when I'm not really fully, I know I'm not fully getting it. I'm feeling nauseous. All right, like I feel sick to my stomach. So this could definitely be this could definitely be like a connection, because I mean, I want to say like a broken engagement, okay? Four of Wands could be engagement for me. It could be a broken home as well. Like this could be about your parents or something, a secret affair, maybe. But yeah, I'm feeling like a broken engagement, a secret engagement, even. I don't know what the hell that means, but like I said, it could definitely be some sort of family secret for sure, like something in your home. But yeah, I'm not getting anything more than that. It just feels like torment. It feels like torment because the Wheel of Fortune is upside down. And I feel like for a lot of you, like I said, this might not be you, this might be the other person. For a lot of you, I feel like this is coming in the form of like bad luck, like a series of like unfortunate events, right? Like things just keep going wrong, things keep going just the way they're not supposed to go, unexpectedly. Yeah. And I mean, the root of all of this is that the root of all of this is the silence with the High Priestess and the Four of Swords. The root of all of this is not bringing it to light, right? Keeping it in the dark. The High Priestess, she operates in the dark. Right here, she's upside down. She's a bat sleeping, right? The Four of Swords here, whatever this thing is, looks like it's getting ready to hibernate, getting ready to sleep, right? It's just something buried. Can't help it point that out. Something buried here in silence. Some sort of secret. And I mean, it's eating away at you or this person or the connection, the energy. I mean, it's just creating something like toxic, right? Like it's like nauseating. So Four of Wands to me. Okay. Yeah, okay. Four of Wands, I don't usually interpret it like this, but it could also be like a front to me, like a staged event, like a, pretend. Well, I hope you know this. I don't know. If you don't, I'll explain it to you. Like a lot of people who are in bad relationships, you would never know it, right? Like the Instagram or the whatever people use nowadays, I don't know, to show off their fake lives. Like a lot of times it's like fake, right? Like, oh, we're on a date. Oh, we're on vacation. Oh, look at us, all these pictures. Everything's wonderful. And I mean, it's really not, right? It's like miserable. Like it's toxic. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. Like some sort of front being put up. Like, I don't know, honestly, it doesn't matter what this is. Like, whenever you have something that like has been buried alive and suppressed, repressed, and you know, it's going to come back. It's going to come back to you, hit after hit, because you haven't addressed it, because you're not ready yet. You know, you're not ready to move on. The wheel can't turn because you're still stuck here in this lesson, because you're still refusing to see whatever it is you needed to see, whatever you were supposed to see. And this wrath is being created, whether in you or in someone else, or just in the energy in general, because I just got some, I don't know what that was. Something's begging to be, what? Oh no, something's begging to be expressed. Something's begging to be in the light. Like I said, I don't know what this is, but I mean, it's clear to me, like I said, something's been buried. Something's, you know, being kept a secret here with the High Priestess. It's in the dark, and it's holding the energy back. It doesn't matter if it's you or another person. If it is another person, then they're actually, if they're connected to you, then they're holding you back too, because of the energetic connection, right? So maybe that's why we're talking about needing to release, needing to cut a cord, because as long as you're tied to them, then it's holding you back too, in a way. And whatever, I mean, whatever it is, I feel like this is like, I feel like this is bigger than one person. I feel like this is the universe. This is like the guides. This is what's festering, is some kind of wrath. And it's all because something hasn't been properly handled. And like I said, with the Four of Wands coming out first, it does make me feel like this is a connection or something within the home, or it's calling out someone's bluff, someone's front. And that will make you sick. I've seen it. I've actually lived it. When you are in a relationship that is toxic, that is, you know, that leads you to live a lie, to have to perform, to have to pretend, it will make you sick. It will make you physically sick. It will make the energy in your home sick. It could make other people sick too. So it's not like, you know, you're some martyr. Oh, somebody needs to hear this. It's not like you're a martyr for living the lie and playing house and playing nice and, you know, trying to keep everyone else happy by taking on all the negative energy, letting yourself be sick, whatever. You're not a martyr, because it seeps into everything else. It is toxic and it's a lie, and anything toxic or a lie is going to affect everyone, not just you. And I think that's the reason the Wheel of Fortune is here as well. Like, this is bigger than you. This is bigger than that other person, okay? Maybe, like I said, maybe it's not you. So don't get mad, don't get upset. It could just be another person. This is bigger than them. It's affecting you, them, I don't know, multiple people. All right, I'm gonna move on. But, you know, this Wheel of Fortune is stuck. It's stuck for everyone here in a way. All right, so let's talk about release. You know what, I'm gonna put these cards back in the deck so that if they need to come out again, they can. Okay. Whew, okay. What's the release? Tell me about the release. Yeah, I want to talk about the release first. Thank you. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Okay. Tell me more. Wheel of Fortune. See, told you. Wheel of Fortune, upright. Okay. clarify this though. Are we... Thank you. Okay. All right. Let me see the bottom of the deck, please. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. I mean, okay. I gotta call it like I see it here. Did I even say what these cards were? I don't know if I did. Okay. We got the King and Queen of Pentacles coming out together. There's the Queen and the King. All right. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune upright coming out. Okay. I got hair on my sweater. And then we have the King of Wands and the Two of Wands coming out together. All right. Very clearly, I feel like the message is to release. I think we're releasing the King of Wands because he's not a match. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles are a match. This is a balance of, you know, masculine and feminine pentacle energy, right? I mean, this would resonate with Virgo. Actually, isn't the Queen of... No, not the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, maybe it's the Knight. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's just move on. You know, this is a match. This is a pair. So whether this is you with another person or you within yourself, this is you. This is you putting down the front, the Four of Wands. This is you making your inner world and your outer world reflective of one another in real life, right? We're talking about pentacles, so we're talking about real life, how things appear, how they feel in your real waking life. And I feel like that's the message there, is making your exterior life reflective of your inner life, balancing out what you know is important within yourself into the outer world. How do I say that? It's like walking the walk. It's walking the walk, right? Like the things you know are important to you on the inside, in your heart, that should be reflected in your actions, in your life, for everyone to see. Not the Four of Wands, the front. That doesn't have to be a front for all of you, but I do feel the front energy on that a lot. Like there's some sort of lie, there's some sort of front. You need to release King of Wands, okay? King of Wands can be about the ego. King of Wands can be a lust-based, passion-based place. So I feel like this is who we're putting to bed, Two of Wands. We're picking another path. We're picking the stable path. We're picking the path that resides within us with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. We're taking that path. We're releasing this. I mean, I like the King of Wands. I'm not trying to beat him up here. But it's just simply releasing an energy that doesn't match us. Releasing a life. I mean, for some of you, this could be bigger than that. Releasing some sort of ego-based habit or lifestyle or person that isn't for us. You know, it's being really honest with what it is that is a match for you energetically. And the King of Wands doesn't match the Queen of Pentacles, right? Or the King of Pentacles. It doesn't matter. But we have one queen here and two kings, okay? So I'm taking it as you're the Queen of Pentacles. And the match for you is the King of Pentacles. It doesn't have to be a person. It could just be your choices. It could just be your outward projection of your inward values. And the Two of Wands to me is about picking the other path. It's about making a different choice, leaving the past behind. So we're releasing the past, who's the King of Wands, whoever that is for you, okay? Could be a fire sign, a Leo, a Sagittarius, an Aries. So we're leaving that behind. And we're picking the new path that's grounded, the new path that's abundant, that's permanent. I was just talking about the King of Pentacles. It was coming through in the channeled. So yeah, we're picking the path that's permanent, that's stable, okay? And I'm going to leave it at that because that feels good to me. That feels like what I'm supposed to say. So moving on, Ace of Pentacles. Oh, did I say that? Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, exactly. We're taking the new opportunity. We're building a new life. Okay, Nine of Swords. See, as I said something about torment in your sleep. Nine of Swords, Eight of Cups. Okay, okay. There might be some anxiety here. Nine of Swords. Eight of Cups. You might have anxiety here about walking away, about making that choice. It's exactly what Nine of Swords, Eight of Cups is, right? Anxiety about making that choice. But Emperor, you have to be the Emperor. You have to be in control. You have to take control. You have to run your own life. You have to be the decider. You have to be in charge of it. Queen of Cups, follow your heart. Ace of Swords, live in your truth. The Star, I mean, come on. Follow the stars. Follow your guiding light. Judgment. I mean, I could keep going. Yeah, you have to make the decision. You have to do the work. Period. Okay. All of that might not be for all of you, but it is what it is. Despite the anxiety, you have to be in your power. You have to be strong. You have to maybe embrace that masculine energy, right? Who, you know, the Emperor is, some people say he's not. I disagree. The Emperor is action oriented. He makes things happen. He takes charge, whatever that means. He does the work, or he finds someone else to do the work. He calls in, you know, he orchestrates. He runs the company. He's the CEO, right? He's the head honcho. So put all, I want to say, like, put all the gears into motion. I don't know what that means, but yes, put all the gears into motion. Put everything into motion to make it happen. You have to be the Emperor. You have to be brave. And then you can play. I feel like then you can play. You just have to, like, live. You have to live in your truth, and then you can play. Queen of Wands. Okay. One more. Tell me about play. Okay. I hear that. What's the Queen of Wands? Woo! Interesting. All right, so automatically for some of you, I'm backtracking immediately. And I should have known that was going to happen. For some of you, I'm getting the Queen of Wands now. And I just had the King of Wands, right? So we got to backtrack, and I knew this was going to happen, so I should have just said it. We had the King of Wands over here. Now we're getting the Queen of Wands with the play. For some of you, you need to release a connection that you were someone you were previously connected to, someone you were previously committed to, with the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, okay? So let's backtrack. For some of you, you need to release that. Maybe you need to become the King of Wands, because we did get the Emperor. All right, just take it, whatever makes sense to you, all right? You know if you are committed to somebody, or if you were committed to somebody that is, it's played out, it's done, it's a front, it's a lie, and you're playing the game, you're pretending, and it's toxic. You'll know which one is for you, okay? So for some of you, that's the case. You need to release a connection. You might have to get a divorce. I mean, point blank period. You might have to get a divorce. That might be where we're headed on this journey. Okay, because I do have the King of Swords, who sometimes to me is a card about divorce. So as soon as I saw him, I was like, okay, cool. Okay, so let's back up. For some of you, you're releasing an old connection that no longer works for you, something that is old and stale and routinized and no longer an energetic match for you. Regardless of which position you're in, you are releasing something that's not an energetic match for you. Whether you are the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Wands, or the Queen of Wands, does not matter to me. But one of these things has to go, okay? So put yourself where you fit, right? So for those of you who are releasing the Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles situation, you need to become the King of Wands. You need to be the Emperor, and you need to take charge of your life to do that. Like I said, it might involve divorce here for some of you. You might have to make a head over heart decision. And what I mean by that is to follow your heart, but ignore the fear, the pity party, the emotions, that whatever the the feeling sorry for other people because you have to take charge of your life. Ignore that, because it's irrelevant. Okay, so there might be some of that going on in the decision that you need to make here. Okay. But regardless, okay, Queen of Wands. It does not matter to me where you fit in this story, but we had a King of Wands and we had a Queen of Wands, okay? So this tells me that when you release whatever this is that needs to be released, and I really hope that you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then it's probably just not your reading. But when you release that, whether it's a memory, whether it's a wound, whether it's, something you've just been dwelling on, an old connection that you haven't quite let go of, maybe you need to get a tattoo removed. Maybe you need to take off the ring. If you've been divorced for a while, you're still wearing the ring, maybe you need to take it off. Maybe you need to get rid of the extra, leftover tokens, things they left behind. I don't know, clear your space, release it, okay? Once you work on doing that, once you get honest with yourself, it's going to turn the wheel. That's how you turn the wheel. You decide that you're going to turn the wheel, and then you take action. You show the universe that you're serious by throwing that shit away, by making even the smallest little changes to your routine, to your thoughts, to your day, to your environment, whatever it is, okay? You make real concrete changes. You take real concrete action toward making the universe understand that you're serious, okay? That's how the wheel turns. Then it turns the wheel for you. Then you stop having bad luck. Then you stop being stuck, whatever the case may be, okay? And I feel like that's what this is. The universe gets the message. Page of Wands. Once you start taking those actions, once you choose the new path, period, whatever the new path is, okay, I don't know, it's up to you. The universe is going to get that message. See? There's an I down here. Do you see that I? It's like it's watching. It's seeing. It's watching. It's waiting for you to step into King of Swords, Queen of Wands energy, which is deciding. Sorry, I just got a notification. Whoops. King of Swords is looking at me in the face. That was scary. Deciding that you are the expert on your own life. You are the expert on what lights your fire, the direction that you're going in. The Queen of Wands goes. The Queen of Wands charges forward. She pounces on what she wants, right? She's confident. I think that's another thing we're talking about here is your confidence. You're going to get your confidence back by just letting go of something that's keeping you stuck. But this, you know, it's just not, it's not letting you move. It's not letting you feel confident because you're stuck somewhere. Like I said, King of Wands, Emperor, Queen of Wands, very similar energies to me in this grand scope of things. I feel like this is telling you to take charge of your life. Releasing this is going to allow you to be free. It's going to allow you to play. But you're going to have to, you know, you're going to have to be real serious and real honest with yourself about the decisions you're making. You're going to have to be really honest and serious with other people. I do feel like I feel like people are going to get hurt. I'm going to say that nausea again. I feel like people are going to get hurt in this situation when they find out the truth. I do feel like this could be separation, divorce of some sort, something to that effect for some of you, or, you know, a breakup, whatever, if you're not married. But it goes, what I was talking about before, it goes back to what I was talking about. The star, right? The Ace of Swords. Being honest, being truthful. Mending and acknowledging these like past hurts, regrets, whatever. Releasing this type of energy, which is chaos. I mean, this is like, you know, creepy goblin, yeah, like tarry, demonic feeling energy, right? Once you release that and live in your truth and you heal things, you know, from the past, you release and you can play and you live in your truth. And then you feel alive again. Ace of Wands. And we're back to the Four of Wands. Yeah, and you learn something new about the past. Six of Wands, Chariot. You overcome it. Oh my God. So something about the past. Okay. So now we're back to Four of Wands energy. It allows you to actually be victorious, to actually celebrate, have a new life, have a new real, you know, like if this is an engagement or a relationship, whatever, happy home, things like this, it allows you to have that for real. And it allows you to learn something new about the past, maybe something that you didn't understand before. And what do you know? We have elephants. Didn't I talk about the elephant in the room? Six of Cups. Something in the past, something emotional from the past that we need to take another look at with the Page of Swords. It's something you missed. I mean, this could be, honestly, and I've been feeling this the whole time, this could just be something like a misunderstanding that's been causing all of this wrath because somebody is just lying to themselves because they're not seeing the full picture, because they're not understanding the full picture. And I mean, what a, you know, reckless thing to let happen just because we're afraid of acknowledging our own shadow or swallowing our pride or just being brave enough to confront our emotions. I mean, it's reckless. I don't condone this behavior. Whoever is I mean, it could be multiple people, okay, responsible. It doesn't have to be one person. But yeah, doing this allows you to learn something new about the past, something that you overlooked, something overdue. I'm not going to harp on it. But then we have the Chariot and the Six of Wands. So, I mean, it's overcoming it. It's winning over this situation. So I see any way you slice it, we're winning in this situation. And the only challenge is to confront the past, to be honest about the past, whether that's a conversation with someone, whether that's admitting our emotions, I don't know. But, you know, that does, in my opinion, it involves shadow work. You have to go down those uncomfortable, dark hallways in your memory, in your heart, and your soul that, yeah, that you're afraid of, right? That you've been holding on to, repressing, suppressing. I wish I had more details, but I just don't. You're going to have to decide for yourself a little bit on some of these things, right? Okay, so can we get something else? I feel like I'm leaving you. Let's pull from the map, because I feel like maybe we need a map to how to get there. Extra guidance, please, for my Virgos or Libras watching. Extra guidance, please. Thank you. Wishing well. I love it. Let's read it. I'll show you. 48. Good, strong number there of stability for me. 48. So, desire is the sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration and sensing the moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate or are conceiving a baby or an idea. The wishing well awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where new life is co-created in a magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or when. Form your intention, take action by dropping the coin into the wishing well, then trust in spirit, prepare to be amazed. Okay, yeah. I do feel like there's something here about desire and passion. We got the Ace of Wands, we got the, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, I mean, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. So there could be some desires here that have been repressed or that you're entertaining the idea of repressing. And I feel like there's discouragement here against doing that. I feel like you need to live life while you're here, man. But more importantly, yeah, the wishing well. Whatever it is you need, whatever it is you want, set your intention and take action. Like I said, show the universe that you're serious. The universe will respond in kind. Page of Wands. It's watching, it's waiting for you. That's what I feel like is the message here. Everyone is watching and waiting for you to make your choice, to choose the new wand, to leave the old life, the front, the lie, whatever, behind. But first you have to get really honest with yourself and go into some deep, dark places. And hopefully you know what that is and what that means. So that's all I have for you as of now, guys. I hope something in there helped if you stayed and watched. Whether you're a Virgo or a Libra, I actually am not doing a Libra specific reading. So there's a bonus for you, I guess, in that, Libras. So good luck regardless of who you are watching, and I will see you next time.